Shalom, brothers and sisters. Your brother ISRAELITES from the Northern Kingdom, bringing some edification for you Negro, Latino, and Indigenous who are the biblical Israelites. And before we start, I want to give all praise and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Barakatham, Rekakadash, that Yahweh, being the name of the Lord, not Jehovah, or God, or Yah, or Ahaya. It's Yahweh, the creator of all the Ancient of Days. Bahasham is in the name of, and Yahweh Shai is the one you guys call Jesus or the Christ, signally speaking. And we give double honors to elders in GMS. We learn this truth. Shalom to the apostles, the bishops, and to the men down on the highways and byways, giving the 100% truth. Shalom to you. And shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel, the Bakar in the Hebrew, the house of David being revealed as we speak. Shalom to you. And shalom to the speckled birds among the heathen nations that look like the heathen nations, but return to the house of Israel and are being edified by these videos. Shalom to you. The date today is December 10th of 2025, our hopeful year of salvation and the destruction of the nation of Edom. And we're going to be talking about the strangers, the foreigners, the Gentiles, or the aliens. These are all terms used from the Old Testament all the way to the New Testament, talking about the northern kingdom of Israel, and eventually also speaking about the tribes of Judah, or the kingdom of Judah, as aliens or Gentiles. Okay, so we're going to prove that Israelites are being called these things all the way in the Old Testament. Okay, so let's start with that. This is 2 Chronicles chapter 30 and verse 25. And just so you have a little reference, this is approximately 200 years after the death of King Solomon. And the northern kingdom has already separated from their brothers the Jews and have no dealing with the Jews. Okay? And Hezekiah, king of Judah, has sent out an invitation for the northern kingdom to come and celebrate the Passover. Because there's a whole bunch of them that got away. This is the time during the Assyrian captivity, when Assyria came and captured Samaria, right? And a whole bunch of these Israelites got away. And this is what's happening. He's telling them, look, you guys got away. You should thank God, and because you know what's happening to your relatives. Okay, so let's get a little bit more understanding of this. 2 Chronicles chapter 30, verse 25. And all the congregation of Judah, with the priests and Levites, and all the congregation that came out of Israel, and strangers. Okay, here we have the word strangers, and let's look it up in the Hebrew. Gar. Okay.
Strong's H1616. Guard. Guard. And the form just below that, Gair. Gair.
Sojourner, temporary inhabitant, foreigner in Israel, conceded rights. None of this really gives a great definition, but it's basically talking about a Israelite foreigner, okay? Someone that's not from that area that is coming to visit in that aspect, okay? So again, and all the congregation that came out of Israel, it's talking about the 10 tribes, and the strangers that came out of the land of Israel, that dwelt in Judah, rejoice. So there was a great joy in Jerusalem, for since the time of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel, there was not like in Jerusalem. So again, this is talking about around 722 BC for Christ, right? So this showing you how the northern kingdom was being called strangers. Okay, so let's go to Book of Romans to show you that there's nothing new under the sun. This is Romans 9:24. This is Paul telling you this. Even who had called not of the Jews only, but also the Gentiles. As he said also in OC, I will call them my people, which were not my people, and her beloved, which was not beloved. And it shall come to pass in the place where it was said unto them, you are not my people, there shall they be called the children of the living God. So a lot of people might read this and see, we'll see the Gentiles were not his people, and now they're his people. And again, you have to understand the scriptures, and the only people that are going to understand the scriptures are going to be the children of Israel. Okay, so let's break it down and get some understanding. So let's start with Hosea 1 and 10. Hosea 1 and 10. Yet the number of the children of Israel. So here's the topic. Here's what the chapter is about from the beginning. Yet the number of the children of Israel, 10 tribes, shall be as the sand of the seas, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there shall be said unto them, you are the sons of the living God. And to bring it more to a point, which Paul didn't put, verse 11. Then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together, like it is said in Ezekiel 37, and appoint themselves one head, and they shall come out of the land of the great day shall be Yazreelah. So this was prophecy, brothers, because Isaiah, Isaiah 7. For the head of Syria is Damascus, and the head of Damascus is Rezin, and within 65 years, Ephraim, the northern kingdom, not just the tribe of Ephraim. Ephraim represents the northern kingdom, the head of the northern kingdom, or the kings of the northern kingdom. Ephraim be broken and be not a people. Okay? And the head of Ephraim is Samaria. So when you hear about the Samaritans, you have to take it with a grain of salt because it might be northern kingdom. Okay? Ephraim dwelt in Samaria. Man, the capital of Ephraim is Samaria. Samaritan woman at the well. Let's get some more. Let's get 1 Corinthians 12 and 2. Do you know that you were Gentiles carried away unto these dumb idols, as ye were led. So what made these Gentiles following other idols? Okay, let's prove that again. Ephesians 2:11. Wherefore remember what ye being in times past Gentiles in the flesh, who are called uncircumcision by that which is called the circumcision. So the Israelites that didn't grow up with the law, statutes, and commandments in other lands, okay, that's the uncircumcision. And who's calling them the uncircumcision? By that which is called the circumcision. The Jews. The Jews that stayed in Jerusalem and are doing the law, statutes, and commandments are calling those Israelites that didn't grow up with the law uncircumcised. In the flesh made my hands. Okay? That at that time you were without a Mashiach, being aliens. Let's look up that word aliens. Let's see. Aliens. Salaki brothers.
Strong's G 526. Apalatriao. Apalatriao.
Apolotria. Right? To alienate, estrange, to be shut off from one's fellowship. What's fellowship? Talking about being an Israelite. Okay, so alien, okay, Salakia. Aliens. So at that time you were without a Mashiach, being aliens, being what? They didn't believe in Christ, they didn't do the law, statutes, commandments from the commonwealth of Israel. And strangers from the covenants, right? Because they didn't grow up with the law. They grew up believing that they were Greeks or Persians or whatever, Elamites. And the strangers from the covenants of promise, having no hope. They didn't have no hope because they didn't do. Once you abandon the law, statute, commandments under the old law, you're done. You're a Gentile. You're out of here. Okay, having no hope without God in the world, but now in a Mashiach Yahushai, you who were at times far off, right? You were in other countries, are made nigh, or made close by the blood of Mashiach Yahushai. So you have hope for salvation because you're an Israelite and you're returning to your culture and you're calling upon the right names. Okay? And there, look at what he said right here. The important part. For he is our peace. He had made both one and has broken down the middle wall of partition. There was a barrier between the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. The northern kingdom couldn't come down to Jerusalem to worship, and the southern kingdom couldn't be passed by certain ways of Samaria because there was markers there. Okay, so there you are. The Lord has brought down these veils. Okay, which is bringing and waking up our people. Okay, which is beautiful. So that's what happened. Okay, so that's the important thing. Yeah, a lot of people do not understand, right? I think Yeah, Isaiah 7 and 8. For the head of Syria is Damascus, and the head of Damascus is Rezin. And within 65 years, remember, shall Ephraim be broken, and there be not a people. So that's prophecy. And the head of Ephraim is Samaria, and the head of Samaria is Ramallah's son. If you will not believe, surely you shall not be established. So that's it, brothers and sisters. You understand that the Gentiles, the strangers, the foreigners, all that are being promised salvation, those are all Israelites. Okay? And that's the promise, brothers and sisters. The promise goes to the Israelites, no one else. So you're saying that somebody else is going to get salvation that would break the covenant. That would not be part of the covenant. Okay? So again, a lot of people don't understand that those Gentiles are actual Israelites that became not a people according to prophecy. And now in these last days, the Lord is bringing them back. Let's get that verse. Let's get that verse and bring it home. Isaiah 11 and 11. Might start at 9. Let me see. 10. Yes. Isaiah 11 and 10. In that day shall there be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an ensign of the people. To it shall the Gentiles seek. And let's look at that word Gentile. Goy. Gentiles. Nation. People. Usually of a non-Hebrew people. It says usually. Not all the time. Descendants of Abraham of Israel. Perfect. Perfect, brothers and sisters. So there is telling you these Gentiles, these Goy, in this Isaiah 11 and 10 are Israelites. Okay, because that's how it started, right? Of the people to which shall the Gentiles seek, and his rest shall be glorious. Verse 11. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall send his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, and from Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah for the four corners of the earth. Verse 13, the envy of Ephraim, so the jealousy that the northern kingdom had, being called second, and having jealousy of the Jews, right, shall depart. And the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. And look at this is what's happening when the Lord comes back. But they shall fly upon the shoulders of the Philistines toward the west. They shall spoil them of the east. What does that mean, to spoil? Right, to go against them, to take their goods. And they shall lay their hands upon Edom and Moab, and the children of Ammon shall obey them. And the Lord shall utterly destroy the tongue of the Egyptians. See, and with his mighty wind shall he shake his hand over the river, and shall smite in the seven streams, and make men go over dry shod. Okay? So, great things are about to happen. Great prophecies are about to unfold, that the 10 tribes, all 12 tribes are coming back together and waking up and the Lord is making it possible. And that's it, brothers and sisters. I hope you understand. Call halal, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Barakatham, Rakakidash, and he that I have ears, let him hear. Shalom.